Hey Pilgrim friends, it's actually day 41, but I want to tell you about day 40. I am standing at the top of the Alps. It feels like the top of the world right now. If I'm a little sluggish, it's because I just woke up. But behind me is the Grand Bernard Hospice. And for more than 1,000 years, there has been a hospice here providing refuge and shelter and food for pilgrims and travelers making their way from Northern Europe over the Alps at Grand Bernard Pass. And I'm just going to pan over here. You can kind of see the sun's coming up on the mountains and the lake there. It is 4 degrees Celsius here, which is probably about 40 degrees, 38 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. It's quite cold. For 3 days I've been climbing. I felt such a sense of accomplishment when I finally arrived here. And to come to this place, it's situated by itself. It's a hotel, it's a hospice, it has a restaurant. But what was wonderful was one of the things on this trip that's been slightly disappointing for me as compared to the Camino de Santiago is the lack of ability for me to kind of pursue some of the more spiritual aspects of a pilgrimage. And on the Camino, I frequently attended Mass. What's great about here is people come to this location often specifically to have spiritual practices, to do Mass, whatever their spiritual practice Christian tends to be. So there's a number of priests here. I went to Mass for the first time really since Canterbury. Not that I went to Mass in Canterbury. I went to the Anglican church when we launched out. But it was just so fulfilling to sit in a room with about 30 other people. And not everyone's doing the Francigena. A number of people come up here and they just stay for a few days and they do day trips in the mountains for spiritual reflection, contemplation. And there's no beautiful, oh look, the fog is starting to move. I think I can get an even better pan now. You can see the mountains here. But, and by the way, where those buildings are over there, that's Italy. We're right on the border of Italy. I'm just still in Switzerland. Once I start walking today, I'll be passing over. But in a minute, I'm going to go in for breakfast. But just had such a wonderful day yesterday, making this final ascent up to the Alps. I mean, there's snow up here. It's so majestic, and this is one of the high points of the Via Francigena. Just such a delight. What's kind of funny was we had Mass, and then there was a common meal. So that was another thing I missed, was some of the big pilgrim common meals we'd have on the Camino de Santiago. So I had this wonderful common meal, and I was talking to an Italian who's biking the Via Francigena, and some Belgians and some French and some Swiss that are here that are doing some spiritual retreats and walks in the mountains. And then as soon as dinner was over, everyone moved down a couple rooms next to the church, and on big screen TV they showed the France-Belgium game, and it was great seeing these priests that had delivered the Eucharist just an hour before coming in and watching the game. It was just such a sense of excitement, a sense of camaraderie and commonality. It was a fun evening, and I wanted to share that with you. Just one of the highlights again of the Via Francigena. I hope you enjoy these videos, and we'll catch up with you next on the next one. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey Ethan George, it's Papa here, and guess what? I wish you were with me, son, because you know what? I get to play in the snow. Look at this. Snow. And we'd have a snowball fight, and I'd throw the snow at you and you'd throw it at me. We'd have so much fun. I wish you were here. I'm going to come see you soon, and I promise when I get home, I'm going to take you to Disneyland. I love you. Bye-bye.